Mitsubishi Evo update. It's been a while. Anyway, so all 4 door cards have been removed. Then I've gurneyed them, I've degreased them, I've washed them. They're plastic backed, they're not like masonite or cardboard or anything. And all this, I'll just sit down, all this was off the car. Don't worry about this, I'll explain this later. So these have all been washed in my washing machine. I'll come back to this one. This one has a bit of an issue just in here. I don't know if you can see it, but so all this was all falling off of the car. What's happened is, I believe that when this thing's made, they steam this, they stick it on, it's overlaid with a stencil, and then it's glued, it's put on the trim or the card, and then these are trimmed and it looks wonderful. What's happened over 24 years, this has shrunk, and it was a real bastard to put back on. I mean, a real bastard. So this one here, I don't know if you can see it, we're just a bit shy in here. So I'm going to re-glue this. This is going to be cleaned up with contact remover, but they've come up really good, same as this one. So the card's gone on. I've done this is about a week old. This has shrunk back down because it's cut a bit short, as you can see. So I'll pull this down through here, and then I'll re-glue it on the door, on the card. It'll make it really easy, and then it'll go back up in here. This is what I'm using for a cleaner. So if you see any, you know, the old saying, never show an idiot or a woman anything half finished. So this will come up really nice, but it's really hard to get all this. Like if you get this right, it's short here and rah rah rah. But they're all on. They're really good. So that one's done. This one's done. There's a screw here. There's a screw here which has a nice cover on it, which was missing, but that side wasn't. So I've swapped it over because this is the driver's door, which is what you're going to see. So that's looking good. And if we come around here, this one, I think that one's pretty well all done, just needs to be cleaned. Same as this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bit of adhesive. It's come through. It's a real bastard to do, I tell you, because they're old and they've shrunk. But I've stretched them. This will be cleaned up with that adhesive cleaner. They've got a bluey tinge to them, which is the same as the seat, which, you know, whether you like it or not. I'll put a nice screw in there and we'll paint that. There'll be like a black set, not a set screw, but a black self tapper. So that's all done. Going to order a set of nice front carpet mats for it. Something a bit wanky that says maybe that Tommi Makinen on it. The rears we're not going to worry about because no one's ever going to sit in the rear of this thing. Talking about rears, like this, for a 24-year-old car. There's my reflection with my guts. Beautiful, just stunning. Up the front, remove the heat shield off the bonnet. A new one's been ordered, you can still get them. That's done. So that'll make that look nice. This will all be cleaned. That's got a lot of dog fat on it, we'll get rid of that. Same as there's a lot of dog fat around all the door jambs and stuff, we'll get rid of them as well. So that'll all be gone. New mats. This trim will be fixed, so don't worry about that. We have a small hole in the carpet where she's been driven, but a mat will fix that. And far better to keep the original carpets in this car and have a hole in it than some aftermarket jobbies. So that's pretty well done. All the interior, that'll be looking really good. in the next couple of days. Not worrying about under the bonnet. You can't see, but you can see the floor in the bonnet under the light where it's been painted. The turret's really good, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's looking real good. This, believe it or not, once this is brought back and re-glued, is about a 10-minute job. So the doors are done. I'm working on this car like it's my own, and trying to keep it as original as we can. I've got a manual printed out, $50, $60. That's all done. This is all going to be cleaned, and then I've done some research. She's going straight in the hoist. So once the door cards are done in the next day or two, we're getting some hot weather here in Adelaide, so it'll be perfect because my garage is air conditioned. So this will be on the hoist. I'll move the Porsche over to this side, and it's the fuel tank that is the issue. These fuel tanks, like WRX's, corrode. So it's full of shit. That's going to be removed. The fuel tank's going to be repaired. I'll do that myself, so let's see how we go ahead with that. I've got some ideas. I'll do the same as what I did to this Porsche. Fuel pump will be done, fuel sender will be done, fuel lines will be done, fuel filter will be done. Then I believe we are going to get rid of the running issue and the noisy pump. And that there should be pretty good. Order some new headlights for it. Once that's done and it's running good, that's the plan, then we'll fix the idle. We're not far away. Once it's running 100%, then it gets a full service and maybe even a set of tyres, and it goes back to the owner and should be an absolute beauty. So anyway, subscribe, like, and follow me as we get this gorgeous Japanese car back on the road and running like it should. The other thing I really like on this too is just a little thing, but I won't bang that against that. Isn't that gorgeous? Japanese writing. It's a bit of quality. I just love Japanese stuff. I really do. I'm a stuck-on fanboy for Japanese stuff. In another vlog, I will tell you about my apprenticeship with Chrysler's, which is an American company, which was then taken over by Mitsubishi, and how the quality changed, and you know, night and day. These guys know how to make cars. Unlike the Austrians, they can't make motorbikes. That's another story. Later. P.S. Don't forget, subscribe and like.